Hi, I'm Cortne Roche with Queries on the Quad. I'm here with,
Marcos Martinez.
and it's been 3 weeks since the US government has started bombing Iran. And what is your take on that?
Really interesting question. So, first off, in the sense of a human rights lens, it is undeniable that, of course, Iran is, let's just say on the human rights stage, they're not necessarily exceptional. The Ayatollah was a dictator, and all of that being said, the war in Iran, I don't believe is currently necessary. I believe that because of the United States' unique relationship with Israel and in the Middle East, they have been dragged into starting a war, which is costing innocent lives both here in the United States and in Iran.
I'm Mara.
And it's been 3 weeks since the start of the Iran war. What is your feelings on that?
I'm incredibly disheartened. I'm sad. I'm angry. This semester, have been working on a capstone project where I'm interviewing high school history teachers here in Buncombe County because I am very concerned about the Trump presidency and the impact that he is having on education. I am highly concerned about what the youth are going to be thinking about wars that he is starting, policies that he's creating, not being educated enough to feel the type of pain and sorrow and anger that needs to be associated with a war, right? And so I've been talking to these teachers, and they are talking about the fears they have about bringing up things honestly in the classroom. They're scared about parental complaints. They're scared about students going home and saying, why are we talking about these things? They're scared about conservative societal influences that are happening and impacting them. And I am scared that we are not as concerned as we need to be in this very moment.
My name is Eris.
It's been 3 weeks since the bombing of Iran by the US government. What is your feeling about that?
It honestly makes me really upset. Like, I don't think that was a very good idea, in my opinion. It makes me sad to hear about all the people that had died due to it. Yeah.
And since this 3 weeks of bombing, the US government has spent hundreds of billions of dollars. And what would you like to see done with hundreds of billions of dollars instead of bombing women and children?
Sorry, I have to think about this.
Their country, what would you like to see done with that money?
Well, again, very relevant to my research. I just talked to a history teacher who talked about how there are so many teachers living in North Carolina and commuting to other states because we do not pay our teachers well enough here. So we are losing good educators to other states because we are paying $20,000 to $30,000 less per year for our educators. And so people don't want to be here anymore. People don't want to be teaching here. And we are losing really, really, really good educators to other states that are just treating their teachers better, treating their professors better, right? And so I think that it all really stems from the kind of education and value that we put into that education to the teachers and into students being able to have a critical understanding of the world around them.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of poverty in our own country that needs to be dealt with. I've seen quite a lot of like homeless veterans and stuff like that, or just homeless people in general. And I feel like our tax money should be going to things like that instead of bombing innocent people.
Well, in terms of domestically, there's so many things I couldn't even begin to count. We could use that money to work towards ending our homelessness problem, to reduce poverty, to give students free meals at K through 12 schools, or Medicare for all. Israel has universal health care, and we don't. And so it's really interesting that Israel is practically pulling us into this war when we aren't even able to sustain ourselves. The United States is not some picture-perfect country filled with democracy and freedom. It is a country where many, many people, a demonstrable chunk of the population, are suffering, are perverse, where people can't afford menstrual products, people can't afford food or water, people can't afford to go to school or go to college, and work barely pays anything. I would want to see that money built towards building a sustainable society in the United States. And if we're really going to be doing anything in world affairs, we need to begin with diplomacy and empathy and respect to human rights, as opposed to killing people because we think it's just for our cause and because Donald Trump wants to avoid the fact that he's on the Epstein files.
Thank you. This is Cortne Roche with Queries on the Quad.